It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by AgileDad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. Planning a significant event like an all hands meeting, symposium, or conference can be a daunting task, especially when it comes to choosing the right speaker. The speaker sets the tone for your event and can be the difference between an unforgettable experience and a forgettable one. Believe me, I know. Whether it's inspiring your team, sparking innovative ideas, or sharing invaluable insights, the perfect speaker can elevate your event to new heights. But how do you ensure that you get the best speaker for your needs? I wanted to review a few tips and tricks to help you have a guide for choosing the best speaker and making sure you get someone who is easily at the top of your list. Here we go. Coming in at number one, you need to make sure you select someone who understands your audience and their objectives, the objectives of the conference, the objectives of what's going on. Before you even embark on your search, it's critical to have a clear understanding of who your audience is and what you aim to achieve with the event. Are you looking to motivate your own internal employees? Are you looking to share information on the latest industry trends? Are you trying to provide a deep dive into a specific topic? Whatever your objective, that's what's going to help guide the type of speaker you'll need. Is it going to be a motivational speaker, an educational speaker, someone who's an industry expert? You need to know who the speaker is and what their background is as well. Next, you need to do research and look for recommendations. Every journey I've ever had to help find a perfect speaker always starts with real intense research. Look for speakers who have a proven track record in the industry or in speaking on topics that you're interested in. So, for example, if you're looking for an Agile speaker, look for someone who spoke at Agile 2023 and speaks at various other industry Agile conferences. Personal recommendations are also invaluable, so tap into your professional network for suggestions. You can also explore speaker bureaus, but remember, speaker bureaus always charge a commission. So you're going to be paying more for that same speaker that you could probably reach out to directly and get them on your calendar. Okay, here comes the next most important tip. Make sure you take the time to review the credentials of the speaker and the content. Once you have a list of who the potential speakers are going to be, you have your short list. Review all their credentials. Look for their experience and their expertise in the subject matter and their speaking style. Videos of past speaking engagements will give you a good sense of their style and how they engage with the audience. Check their social media profiles, blogs, publications, listing. Understand their viewpoints and their areas of expertise, and make sure they're in alignment with what your expectations are. Speaking of alignment, align the speaker with your event theme. Ensure that the speaker's expertise and style align with your event theme and objectives. A good speaker should be able to tailor their content to align with the goals for your event and resonate with your audience. This is the hardest one to bring up, but it's important. Budget considerations. Speakers' fees can vary widely. Have a clear budget in mind and be transparent about it when reaching out. Oftentimes, I know when people reach out to me for speaking engagements, they always ask, "What's your fee?" And my question back to them is, "What's your budget?" And people often frown upon that. But what I can tell you is the reason I'm asking isn't so I can say, "Yep, that's exactly what I had in mind." The reason I'm asking is so that I can reduce my fee if necessary to make sure that I fit within your budget. So oftentimes, if you share your budget with me, it makes it easier for me to let you know if it's absolutely possible or not. Just food for thought. Remember, investing in good speakers can have a significant return in terms of attendee satisfaction and the overall success of your event. Okay. Look for interactivity and engagement. In today's world, audiences expect more than just a straight up lecture. They want interactive and engaging experiences. Every one of mine is like a dance party, right? Look for speakers who use interactive elements like Q&A sessions, live polls, group activities, anything that they have to keep the audience engaged, excited, and interactive. So if you're still searching for a perfect speaker, I'm going to make a self-serving recommendation here for comparison purposes, if nothing else. You may want to check out AgileDadSpeaks.com. Now, the reason I'm doing this isn't to say, hey, you need to hire me instead of someone else, but at least it'll give you a benchmark for you to use when comparing for your event. Compare me to other speakers and see how they measure up, right? We are well known throughout the industry for engaging, insightful, and highly effective speaking engagements. Every single time we get lots of accolades, recognitions, and yeah, we've even won awards for our speaking engagements. But with a focus on agile methodologies and the application of those in the business world, as well as a background in psychology, we bring a wealth of knowledge and practical experience that can be invaluable for your team or audience. So it's always more of a pragmatic, psychology based approach to how to solve world problems or how to make things better within your organization. But it goes beyond just agile, right? Sometimes we have topics where we need to know tips and tricks to help you improve your work life balance or how to be better as a communicator with your spouse, children, significant other, friends, how to improve your communication at work, how to energize and get people excited about what's going on. The top 5 lessons we learned from female Marvel superheroes. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. The point I'm trying to make is each session needs to be completely engaging and completely interactive, and it needs to touch people in a meaningful way so that you can make sure not only is the message correct, but that the learning is both deep and lasting. Another big bonus here is make sure you look and compare what we do with regard to customized content. This is where it gets really interesting. I have had so many organizations reach out to me and say, hey, we'd love to have you speak. Can you customize your content for this type of audience? And I've done everything from people who work in the farming industry to people who work in the entertainment sector. What I can tell you is those are two completely different audiences, but they both thoroughly enjoyed the session because we're able to customize the content to meet their needs. The other key to making sure you have this nailed is make sure that the person you're bringing in doesn't only have book knowledge, but that they have extensive real world application of what you're trying to teach. Because I can attest that the approach that the speaker has to your audience and helping them understand how this applies in their daily work, how you can create tangible improvements in efficiency and productivity. How can you be better at what you do? How can you be the best at what you do? How can you make your dreams come true? Those are all things that if there's just book knowledge and no real world application, you're going to wind up with a wrong speaker. And finally, I want to focus on post event. So once the event's over with, you need to have post event support, which could include short follow up thank you sessions, Q&A opportunities after the session, access to additional resources for learning, including white papers, podcasts, blog posts. You need to have something that's going to keep people holding on and keep the audience engaged. Last step, booking. You need to make sure that it's hassle-free, that it's clear, easy to understand, that documentation or paperwork you're provided with is professional, formal, that the content and format and cost are clearly outlined, and that it's easy to pay with a credit card and secure it on a calendar. Now, I will give you one more closing tip. One thing I have noticed is that more and more conferences are waiting until it's too late to secure their speakers. In other words, if you're planning on doing something in 2024 at all, or even early 2025, you should probably be looking into getting your keynote speakers now. What I can tell you is the best keynote speakers book pretty far in advance. So if you have a conference, now there are opportunities, I will say, where I've had people reach out and I had a last minute cancellation or a date that happens to open on my calendar, and I've been able to take some last minute presentation opportunities. However, what I can tell you is the majority of great speakers book way in advance. I have engagements already booked in April and in August and in September. So what I'm trying to say is this is a good opportunity for you to know just how in demand that particular speaker is. And it's good for you to get someone who is in demand, because what that'll tell you is, hey, this person is somebody who will follow all the rules of engagement and get you where you need to be. That's going to do it. I hope that this is helpful, and I hope that it sounds self-serving, because that wasn't the intent. I want you to use my AgileDad Speaks page as a platform for you to see how your other candidates measure up. And by all means, if I do fit what you're trying to go for, I would love to have the opportunity to speak to your groups, to your teams, to your organization at your conference. I just know that it'll be awesome. I know it'll be amazing. And I know that you'll be more than happy with the outcome. That's going to do it. If you have another topic you want us to discuss, learn more at agiledad.com. We'd love to hear from you. As always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.